790 Morning Show, Sports Talk 790. Your home with Texas Longhorns football and men's basketball here in Houston. That's exactly what we're going to be talking here in just a couple of seconds. Got Michelle, got Devin, got Angelica from the Girl Herd, part of Inside Texas. They're here. And, of course, you got Texas OU weekend. You're going to hear that on Sports Talk 790, 1:30 on Saturday. Got Thursday night football tonight, and the Rockets last night, 127 preseason winners over the Jazz. But thank y'all for coming in. Appreciate it. I know Triple E's already turned on your mics, so you're good to go.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
No,
so
absolutely.
Excited.
No, for sure. So, I mean, watch y'all's content. Y'all put out great stuff. Really enjoy it. And if you're a Texas fan, follow them. They're awesome. At the Girl Herd on Instagram and Twitter, everything
Herd
else like that.
H-E-R-D.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. I mean, because, Longhorns.
Play on words. Longhorns.
Bingo. Bingo. Yeah, no, for sure.
And TikTok. Yeah, all the things.
All the things.
Girl Herd, at the Girl Herd. Yeah.
Got it all. So just kind of just take us through that. Like what was the relationship with you three? Like, how did you all get connected with each other? And I mean, like I said, social media wise, like y'all are everywhere. There's not a single day that I can't scroll through my feed and I'm like, there they are.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
So we all attended the University of Texas at Austin together, of course. Angie and Michelle were part of the Palm Squad, and I did football recruiting in college.
Okay.
And so after college, we just were on a group chat for many, many years, live chatting the games with each other, attending some games together. And honestly, friends of ours were like, y'all should start a podcast. And we always said, haha, like, yeah, right. But time went on. We had a big win in 2023 at Tuscaloosa. We traveled together, won that game. And then in the fall of 23, we sort of just looked at each other and said, y'all, let's just do it.
Why
and
not?
So we launched New Year's Eve of 23 at the Sugar Bowl. And it'll be 2 years soon.
That's awesome. And I mean, I think most of us, like I've got with my family, LSU, Angelica, you pointed out. And I mean, we're texting throughout the game, doing all of that. A couple of buddies of mine, massive Astros fans. Mm-hmm. So we've got the Dynasty venting text. So we'll do that. So, I mean, I feel that. Like, I 100% feel that. Like, where it's, maybe things that you wouldn't say on the pod, but you can say there. And, like, it's all the time of, like, hey, man, like, is that the opinion you're going to have on air tomorrow? I'm like, probably not. Let's just keep it here.
Tone it down. You got to tone it down sometimes. But we always laugh because our text thread is always running. Mm-hmm. And then once we get to the pod or we're like, oh, it finally made it out of the group chat. Like, that's one of the things that we always say. It always winds up coming out in some form or fashion.
Right.
Maybe a little scaled down. But those raw emotions, once they settle down a little bit,
For sure.
they come out.
But you're right. The number of people that come to us and they're like, so what are your thoughts on the name? It's like, maybe listen live versus like ask me right now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm heated right now and I'm upset.
Thank you. No, Michelle said it best because there's nothing like, if somebody sees you and they recognize you, hey, what's happening in the sports world? It's like, well, 6 to 10 a.m. I mean, that's when you
listen to me.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Just throw it out there. You don't want to throw out the free stuff. Maybe every once in a while you do, but then you want them to keep coming back for more. So,
absolutely.
No, absolutely. So, like I said, Michelle, Devin, Angelica from the Girl Herd, part of Inside Texas. And I mean, y'all know this as well as anyone. And I don't think, because let's call it what it is, Houston's not a huge college football market. Mm-hmm. People like it, but I don't think like it's, when it comes to the Texans or the Astros or anybody else, unless you have a direct connection to a school, you're not going to care as much. But I mean, Texas has a large fan base. Yes. So you're speaking outside of the Houston area. You're speaking to many others who might not even be in the same state too. And it's not just in season, right? I mean, it's recruiting. It's everything else. Like I was talking with you yesterday, having on a high school coach that I know from when I worked in Georgia. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, that guy.
Coach Davis.
Yeah, he was so great. I randomly sat next to him on a flight and just got talking to him. And he was like, this is a really cool concept. I was like, do you want to come on the pod? He was like, 100% I want to come on the podcast. So it just is really cool. The reach, right? The University of Texas is so vast and the brand is so vast. We have alumni everywhere, even outside of the state of Texas. So it really is a cool platform for us to really reach and touch so many people everywhere, right? Because of the Longhorn name and what it represents and what starts here, right?
Oh, of
changes
course.
the world.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like,
No, I always remember that too, of going to games there and they show, the flying through there in Austin and then, the tower lights up and everybody at DKR
I mean, tell me
loses their mind.
Tell me a better commercial.
Well, I mean, kind of enjoyed it when LSU played y'all in 2019.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of fun. You guys got to know Joe Burrow and Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase and all them. It's okay.
We've never gone back. Next year's the year.
We
We're
can't
going
wait.
to Death
I
Valley.
know, and that's the thing, which I'm thankful that you didn't, because 2020 was not as good for LSU.
We wanted to go.
And I've got and I've got Longhorns in my family, and my sister-in-law especially, which when I told her y'all were coming on, she was pumped.
I love
Yay.
She's the best. But she also, too, will absolutely
pop crap.
beat me over the head with Texas stuff. And I'm just like, okay,
Our kind of girl.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
is. She is. She's cool. And I mean, and just like y'all with the venting text, I've been told, do not text her during games. Like my brother texted me off to the side and was like, hey, you're kind of making Jamie upset. So like, don't do that. He's going to hate that I said that, but it's fine. But yeah, I mean, that's how invested into these games that she is. So no, I mean, it's obviously, y'all know that people care. People want to talk it. They want to consume it every single way. And y'all also started off the podcast at the perfect time too, going into the SEC. Like, I mean, was that kind of part of it too?
Yeah, I think just the last 2 seasons, Texas had top 4 finishes. And so, of course, it's better when you're good. And we went to UT, right after Vince was winning the national championship. And so we got all those great years. We attended one against Alabama our senior year. And so we kind of been through it. And finally to see us back on that national stage, it was really timely for us to start the podcast. And I think it gave us a lot of good content with us having our first year in the SEC last year. But yeah, I think personal ties to Louisiana with my family. Angie has ties with LSU professionally. She worked there in athletics. And so we are counting down to Death Valley. It's been circled on our calendar even before we knew it was happening. And so we just can't wait for them.
So, I mean, I know that y'all will also, you pretty much go to every single game at DKR, but y'all said y'all went to Alabama too. Where else in the SEC y'all been to?
Oh, good question. We did Vandy last year. So Nashville, which I mean, honestly, country music, Nashville,
How do you
like,
not go to
how would
Nashville?
you not go there? And this year, we wanted to go to Gainesville. It didn't work out. We're starting to learn the SEC college towns. Even like T-Town was tougher. So stayed in Birmingham, took a bus over. And so we're thinking on Georgia. I mean, we'd love to get a win on them. We'd love to go out there and witness it. So we'll see. But Ole Miss is definitely one that's on our list too, along with Death Valley. So
yeah, I went. My brother-in-law went to Ole Miss. Has season tickets. His family has.
Sorry to hear that.
Well, sorry.
Issue.
I mean, they just
we don't have to talk about that.
well,
Michelle, thanks for joining us. Devin and Angelica, no, please continue.
Please stay.
Anyway, so I've been to the Grove in Oxford, and it's amazing. We're very excited that we finally get to play them. Of course, when I went, we were playing them, but not in SEC, so this will be even better. But this year, our big time, not SEC again, but we went to Ohio State, so that was our big game, and we'll see what the rest of the season holds. We're going to OU this weekend, of course.
We keep throwing this out there as like a manifestation that because all these SEC towns are so hard to get to, we need an RV.
I like it.
We right? Like with our picture on the side of it, like we're college game day, right?
Yeah.
Like we need that to happen, and I think we could maybe travel a little more. You know,
I like it. I like it. A little bit
come
of
on
a
the
road
road
show.
with us.
Yeah.
No, there you go. Throw the tailgate, do all those things. No, for sure. I'm all there for it. And that's what the SEC is. I mean, that's, I don't feel like any other conference does it as well as the SEC does. And I've been up to the shoe before. It's cool. It's fun. But like you then walk around and you're like, this is different. Like this isn't the same. And you go to some of these towns, like you were mentioning, possibly going to Athens, like, it's one of those that it is a college town, and like you get there and Atlanta's not too far away, but then you're like, there's nothing else happening. This is it. Like this is, and it's also too with the hedges there where you're walking on campus and you're like, hey, where's the football stadium? And then all of a sudden somebody will point and be like, it's right there. And you're just like, oh, okay. There you go.
The only thing.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. But another thing that I'm sure y'all found out with the SEC, because I told, like I said, my brother and sister-in-law, I said, here's the thing, because they're not really on social media, but I was like, you need to understand that if you wade into these waters, it's not just football season. Mm-hmm. It's going to be year round. Yeah. It's going to be somebody gets a recruit that was supposed to come to your school, then they're going to chirp at you. I mean, I know when both Texas and Oklahoma got in, it was you guys going after Tennessee and Tennessee coming after y'all, which now y'all have found out the worst people on the planet are Tennessee Vol fans on Twitter. You have found that out.
Well, everyone wanted to say our tee was the same. They kind of messed up the colors a little bit at one of our last games of the year last year, but yeah, like it's like okay, because ours hasn't existed this entire time too. Like, yeah, I don't know.
I'm interested to see. Right, we haven't been to Rocky Top, so we keep hearing all these things, and I mean. I don't know how you can get much worse than the Georgia Bulldog fans, but
if I hear one more dog barking, I cannot.
I know. I was surprised when you were like, we're thinking about Georgia. So we went to Atlanta, a few times last year, and it didn't work out so well for us. And yeah, if we hear dogs bark again, well,
yeah, and having been around them, I will say that, it's a fan base that it is a little bit of newfound money there because for the longest time, they were like the Aggies. I mean, SEC shorts with AL.com, where it's going to pay off. Trust me.
Pay off.
With Georgia, they were always the ones who had hope every single year. Oh, we're going to finally get this done. And then they finally won the national championship. And SEC shorts had hope leave the Georgia fan and go to College Station because it was, you don't need me anymore. Like you finally did it. But that fan base, for as much as I love them, and I've got a lot of great fans that are part of it, they're one of the most insecure fan bases I think I've ever been around in my entire life. Like when I worked there, if you talked anything other than them, or if you even talked Georgia Tech, they'd be like, oh, why are you talking about those losers? What do you care then?
Right.
Like, what do you care?
You have the stuff to back it up. Why does it matter that we want to talk about the other guy? Well, I think
Bama fans can be that way too.
Oh, for sure. But I think that's a blessing, right? In Texas, there's so many schools, right? So it's kind of par for the course, right? It's a melting pot in Texas of who you're going to be a fan for.
No doubt about it. All right, so we'll continue with more with the Girl Herd. Again, Michelle, Devin, Angelica hanging out with us here. They're part of Inside Texas. And we'll talk a little bit more about the game this weekend because, I know that we want to get into that too. And you can never talk enough Texas OU, so we'll do that right here. It is the 790 Morning Show here on Sports Talk 790. 790 Morning Show right here. Sports Talk 790. No, please, y'all can keep talking. It's all good. I got a couple of things to do before we continue the conversation. Got Angie, got Devin and Michelle from the Girl Herd in here inside Texas. Rockets won last night, 140-127 over the Jazz. Preseason action. You got Thursday Night Football tonight. You got the Eagles and Giants playing in the Meadowlands. And then Red River Weekend, what we're talking right now with the Girl Herd. Texas and OU taking on each other. John Mateer. Is that necessarily scary all that Mateer might play for OU?
So I have a viral tweet out about that because I said it on our show this week as well. OU loves to dangle the carrot and play a game with us. Unfortunately for us, they just don't even need to do that this week. If he's playing, if he's not, we're still in the same boat. We have to win a football game. And so that's what I said. I made a funny comment and I said, he plays, he doesn't play. We're going to need Jesus to win this game. So that's how I feel about him.
I also think it's so fun. That shows you the magnitude of this game, right? That you're willing to maybe risk getting hurt even worse.
Right.
Or further, your career kind of stuff to play in this game. And that, speaks volumes. But again, it's so funny, right? Somebody from Chipotle is trying to say that he told them in the Chipotle line that he's going to play.
So now you know message board culture. That's all. Hey, I got a buddy of mine that has told me that Sark is going to hire. He's going to give up play calling. He's going to hire this guy to be the offensive coordinator. It's okay, yeah, cool, thanks. Message board geniuses on Twitter is one of the greatest follows ever because y'all saw it last week with Texas playing Florida and talked about it on the show last week that a Florida guy was like, please don't win this game because we don't want to keep him around. Texas, please win this game. And sorry, y'all didn't live up to it.
Okay, all right. On to the next week. Yeah.
Isn't that funny, though? Billy Napier, he was on the hottest of hot seats, and now you beat Texas, and everything.
He already signed.
Welcome to the SEC.
Correct.
Welcome to the SEC.
Crown king,
That's how it goes.
Yes.
You beat Texas.
Right. If anybody had beaten Alabama in those previous years, it's we beat Bama, so, this guy's got something going for him. But I'm glad that you brought up about your viral tweet because that's what I shared from yesterday.
Yeah.
You are up to the button right now with Texas this year. You're a little worried, Devin.
Yeah, I think the panic button, again, we talked about this week on Inside Texas. It is absolutely time to hit the panic button. And I think the reason why was I felt so much anxiety going into Florida. What I'd seen with the on-field product, I was like, man, carry the 1, carry the 2, the math's not mathing, like I just don't know. And then that very first drive, Florida scores, and I was like, I already know the outcome of this game, and I hate that feeling. Thankfully, everybody, I don't have that feeling going into the OU game this weekend. And honestly, I feel like I'm a bit telepathic, so I think we're going to win. I'm picking us to win. I just think we are going to need Jesus. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, it's Texas OU. It happens. I mean, there's been years where people think, oh, hey, Texas has got this. Like a couple of years ago, I thought there was no way that OU was beating y'all. And I remember we were at now Daikin Park because we were about to start doing the pregame, and we're listening to it, and you're hearing Craig Way like, there's no way that's pass interference. There's no way. But, of course, the game went. And then last year was a lot better, so that was fun. But, I mean, Angie and Michelle, like y'all both got into, and Devin too. I mean, when you work for a team, you're part of it. Like you're all in, and you're all part of it. So y'all have experienced it both student wise, but also like, alumni wise of what Texas OU weekend is. For those who have never experienced it, what can you explain it as?
Oh man, so I say this all the time. So I, of course, like worked in Alaska. I've lived all over. All of us have. And it was the one game that I would make sure that I would come back to. It's different. They've talked about it going to Jerry's World, but like the fact that it's at the atmosphere of the state fair just gives it that extra vibe. You have fans, of course, on both sides, dressed out, yelling all sorts of things. I'll never forget taking my mom the first time. And I was like, all right, we got to be there. It was when we played, of course, at 11 a.m. We got to be there. We got at 8 a.m. We got to get a corn dog. We got to get beer. And she was like, you're crazy. Like, we get there. She's like, oh my gosh, this is insane. Now she's telling everyone what time they need to be there. But anyways, it was when we had only one game going into that game, and the crowd was yelling. OU was happy to yell the chant of how many we had not won, and then we beat them that game. So again, like anything can happen in that game. It's amazing having the stands be half and half. Like even if you didn't go to either school, you should go. That's one of the games that should be on your list, just to go and experience it. I
feel that. I feel it for sure. What about y'all, Angie and Devin?
I think it's the same, right? Like this is a one of a kind experience with the state fair happening, with this old stadium that is the Cotton Bowl, right? Like it is loud, it is proud, and the division down the middle is unlike anything else. But then you all dump out into the fair together. You're in the corny dog line together. You're trying to get pictures with big text, whether you're a OU or a Texas person, right?
I mean, they wouldn't have a school if it wasn't for this state. So.
Correct. How many people on their roster are from Texas? I'm just saying over 30, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it's really one of a kind, and it's a toss-up. You never know, like, doesn't matter what the stats are, doesn't matter what the record is, anybody can win this game, and I think that's part of the magic of coming into it.
For sure. Devin?
I love the violence.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. I've been going to this game since I was a freshman in college, never missed it. And I remember my dad, he's a big guy, 6'4", loves to talk, and we won. So he's talking. He does it every time we win. And OU guys in his big jacked up truck, and the wife is trying to calm this man down who's driving the truck. Y'all, he wanted to jump. I think he almost did jump out of his truck while it was still a moving vehicle to come fight my dad. And that was our first foray into these fan bases actually really hate each other. Twitter talk is fun. It's nice to have your rivalries, but I'm just glad we never have to go to Norman. And I feel blessed by that, but it's hilarious because it's wow, you get there and it's truly horns down. It's a real thing, but there's nothing like it. You are going to dress better than you dress at any game. You're going to rep your state, and I'm just glad it's played in Texas.
No, for sure. And I'm glad that, Devin, you brought that up because, I mean, home games, they're awesome. They're everything. But, I think that's the beauty of college football is games like this, that it's different. Even if you've experienced it numerous times, it's all right, it truly is right in the middle. It's going to be pretty much a toss-up no matter who might be better than the others. And, I mean, as I mentioned, we've seen it numerous times where Texas was thought to be so much better and OU wins, and then it's the other way around. So, no, it's totally all of those things. Again, the girl herd in studio with us, part of Inside Texas, Michelle, Devin, Angie, hanging out with us. Arch. I mean, we've gotten about 30 minutes and we hadn't even brought up Arch.
Yeah.
Still believe, or are we already 5 games in just saying, it's not exactly what we thought we were going to get?
Okay, so one thing about us is we are going to bleed burnt orange all day. We were going to be real about what we see, but there's a lot of our fan base, right, that is a little bit more fair weather, right? But for me, yes, I am still supporting Arch. We are in a rough draft of what our offense has the potential to be. And I think without an offensive line to protect you, how can you truly develop and showcase who you are as a quarterback? Even our running game, right? It all, to me, stems from our offensive line. So I'm not there yet. I do think that you have to play smart, right? Like, is the goal winning? Or is it being loyal to your quarterback? And that's kind of a fine line, I think, that you play with when you're Coach Sark. And that's kind of where I wonder, right? Like the difference between him and like a Nick Saban.
Right.
And what that decision-making process is.
For sure.
Well, he's a quarterback. So Sark was a quarterback. And I think we saw it with Quinn as well, because our fan base had frustrations even with Quinn, even as good as he was, and the relationship between Sark and Quinn and maybe how he was protecting him. And here's the thing, like, Arch is going to be fine. The end of the Florida game, he was figuring it out. He's getting out there. This is his first year starting. I think that our entire program could have used better narrative shaping in the spring and summer, because we're talking, let's build a dynasty, and now we're looking crazy. Don't go listen to those pods from the summer because we were incorrect, right? But I think that's coming from inside of the house. And you hear a Kirby Smart, and I'm laughing because he's like, oh, you know, we're so young, we're rebuilding, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, yeah, they're still totally going to be great. But we didn't really do that. But you got to think, we sent more than 23 guys to the draft over the last 2 seasons. We've got gaps and holes in our wide receiver position. We've got some young guys coming in, and they're now crushing it. But yes, they're going to need to gel with Arch. And so I think because we had those 2 previous years, top 4 finish, back-to-back playoff, no other team did top 4 finish, only we did. It's like we had it in our head, but we have to let this team develop, and we still have all the SEC in front of us to do that.
Yeah, no, very true. I mean, Michelle feeling the same way?
Yeah, so there's a video of me out there as well. I'm not on the bandwagon of the Arch haters. I'm not on their same page. I think we have a lot of things to figure out, which Devin and Angie have already just mentioned. But I fully stand behind Arch. You know, we have a good quarterback room in general if we need to go there. But there's some other things and other gaps that we're missing right now and settling in as a team. But Devin was like, what is your one good thing that you liked about the Florida game? If anything, I think Arch did settle in, and it showed how tough he is. And I think he's only going to get better. What the media overplayed it, and now they want to call him a flop. That's not fair. It's his first year playing. I mean, Sark set him on the bench for 2 years, essentially.
Right.
So he's, you know, still developing and getting ready. And yeah, I'm excited to see what he's going to do against OU.
All right, so ended on a high note with the corniest question you could possibly ask with a podcast. So obviously, I'm sure y'all get this all the time. Are you going to have Matthew on? Are you going to have Glenn Powell on? Like any of, you know, these, you know, famous Texas fans that are out there. But I mean, is the effort out there? Like, are we trying to get, you know, Mr. All Right, and, you know, Glenn Powell on? Anybody like that? Have y'all had anybody on that you're like, oh man, that was cool?
I
would love to.
We love, yeah. We love
Can we
all
put
of
a
our
plug
guests.
in right now?
But yeah, we always say that we
campaign for Parker McCollum to come on the show. I'm like, hey, you're a Houston guy. Come on, man. Come in studio.
L'Oreal.
We love L'Oreal.
We would love to have her
There
come
you
on
go.
the show.
Yes, lady, we want
We
her
love
to
our
come on the
first
show.
lady. Yeah,
For sure.
all about outfits, everything. Yeah, Glenn was in college and we were in college too. So sure, he would love to rep with us and talk Texas as well.
Well, and it's also too just like the way to go about it too is whenever they have something to promote, that's when you pounce. Because he's got that Chad Powers show. So pounce now. Because then it'll be like, oh, hey, we'll talk the show. We'll do all of that. And then, of course, I mean, he's going to love it because he's talking Texas football and he loves that. So see if it works.
Do you have a inside connection for us?
See what we can work on.
Oh,
See what-
okay.
I'll work with Michelle. See what we can do. If you do get it, just credit the assist.
100% we will.
love
Of course.
790.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, just be like, yeah, you know, some guy on local radio in Houston.
No,
you
we
The
know.
would
most
never.
amazing guy on
Yeah.
local radio.
Oh, you're the best. You're the best. You know how to make a guy blush. You're the best. I appreciate it. All right, Michelle, Devin, and Angie from the Girl Herd, part of Inside Texas. Thank you all so much for coming in. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
It was so
Awesome.
fun.
No, absolutely. And of course, like as I mentioned, you can hear the game on Saturday, coverage starting at 1:30 right here on Sports Talk 790. We'll continue the conversation here on the 790 morning show with me, Dan Matthews, and Chris Gordy hanging out with you until 10 right here, Sports Talk 790.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio